I'm Mike.
And I'm Matt.
And this is The Coin Show. On this episode of The Coin Show, Matt and Mike, we're going to talk about grading sets.
Ooh.
How you can assemble one and what it's involved.
Yep.
And we're also going to talk about the coolest thing that walked into Matt's shop this week. But first, as always, the news.
And now, the news, brought to you by Lost Dutchman Rare Coins, Indianapolis's finest coin dealership. Trust, integrity, fairness, family. These are our values.
Just because your coin isn't pristine doesn't mean it's not valuable. That's crusty, old, large set could still be a big money coin. Coin World is reporting that a 1794 Liberty Cap starred reverse set with a speck of light green crud, that is in quotes in the title, speck of light green crud.
Is that a technical term?
Apparently a speck of light green crud is a technical term.
Huh.
And it was sold for over $44,000.
That's a lot of money for a speck of light green crud.
Well, it wasn't the speck of light green crud they were paying for. It was the coin. But think about this. It's green on copper, which means that's bad. That is verdigris. That is corrosion. And that is the beginning of the end for that coin.
Well, it could be conserved, but yes, if left untreated, it will just continue to get worse.
It will continue to get worse, and the coin will never be quite right again. Now it becomes states of degradation, rather than preservation. But
but it's a rare enough coin that I guess somebody wasn't bothered that much by it.
Well, and in this case, it shows you exactly that. I think sometimes it becomes it becomes a pattern in this business that, people are like, well, that low end coin isn't worth anything. Well, you know what? There are still rare coins out there, and there are some that haven't been cared for maybe quite as well.
That is very true.
Yeah.
I see them a lot.
Yeah, and here's a perfect example of a coin that is truly a rare coin. I mean, this is a 1794 large cent. It's got the starred reverse, which means that in between the dentals or denticles, whichever way you want to call it, there's a star engraved into the reverse of this coin.
Mm-hmm. They're cool looking if you've never seen one.
They are cool, and it must have taken just an insurmountable, well, not insurmountable, it's me being hyperbolic. It must have taken just an incredible amount of work to do this on the reverse. Now, I don't know how many actual reverse dies ended up with this starred reverse.
Oh, I think just one.
I mean, you could think that it certainly wouldn't be that many. And we all know the cap on pole Liberty sets, that we're struck anywhere. We're struck in really small numbers.
Yeah.
So these are exceedingly rare coins. And this one in particular just, it fell into the wrong place and wasn't done for very well. And, and by the way, even with the, quote, speck of light green crud, graded fine 12.
Well, sometimes they're a little more lenient on those early coins, especially the rare ones. It's also possible that speck of light green crud was not there when the coin was certified. So,
well, actually, I don't think the coin's certified. I think it's just graded at 512.
Gotcha.
Let's see, because I have not been able to find anything saying, what grading company did it. So I think it is just literally it's a graded large set. And so that there's going to be a million opinions on what the grade of it is. CAC is going to have one or not CAC. I'm thinking of the East
EAC.
EAC. That's who I'm thinking of. They're going to have a completely different opinion on it than anybody else, and they're going to be really super strict.
That's what they're famous for.
Yes, they are fanatical about it, and I actually kind of salute that kind of dedication.
Well, it serves its purpose within that group for sure.
Yes. So yeah, this coin actually traced back to the Eckfeldt family.
It's a pretty famous family.
It's a pretty famous family. It was allegedly presented to Adam Eckfeldt when he retired from the U.S. Mint. So there was an 1803 draped bust $10 gold eagle, and there was a unique 1839 gold medal, along with this 1794 that were found amongst his belongings.
It's funny too because this coin circulated, so you would think a coin that was presented to him would be something from the mint, not something that they necessarily got. It circulated down to a fine. So.
Well, that's certainly true. I think that we would have to wonder whether or not this was a presentation coin or whether this was just something among his effects.
Yes,
and maybe something that he treasured. Who knows?
It's a cool coin.
It is a cool coin, and it's really cool to see the starred reverse. But I think the newsworthy part of it was really the fact that, here's a coin with verdigris on it that sold for $44,000.
That's definitely newsworthy in Mike's world.
That is newsworthy in anybody's world. Coin World is also reporting that the world's most valuable bicentennial quarter was recently offered at the Fun Show Summer Convention. Did you see this?
No, actually, I didn't see it.
Okay, see, I know that you're just so into bicentennial quarters that
Yeah, normally if I see the word bicentennial, I just
that's where your eyes just divert to something else.
Yes.
This is a bicentennial error. It's a 76 quarter struck on a cent planchet.
Oh, that's kind of cool. That's more up my alley.
That is exactly up your alley. And why is it up your alley? Because the coin is, it's a decent coin. It's worth something.
Yeah, it's a 1 year type. It's a
1 year type. It's an off metal error. It's the wrong planchet. Wrong size, everything. And this coin still has some of its original mint red color. It was graded Mint State 67 red brown by
That's also high grade, which is kind of cool.
That's a pretty good grade. But think about it. I mean, it's a copper planchet that was struck with dies in a machine that was meant to be striking a clad quarter. So, I mean, the pressure on that's got to be really high.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm looking at a picture of it. It's a neat coin.
It is a neat-looking coin. And, I mean, off-metal errors and wrong planchet errors and things like that are always really collectible. Then you add to it the cachet of it being a bicentennial, which is a 1 year, allegedly 1 year type. It's a year and a half type.
Yeah, but still. Technically, it's a 1 year type.
Yeah, it's a really cool coin.
Yeah. It's the neatest bicentennial quarter I've ever seen.
See, it's a bicentennial quarter that even you would consider owning.
That's right.
Now, speaking of NGC, Charlie Duke will be among the people who will be signing NGC certification labels.
Charlie Duke.
There you go. See, I kind of knew that I'd get that collective. Who is that? Because I had to look it up. Charlie Duke was the 10th man of 12 to walk on our moon.
Oh, cool.
So he's an astronaut, and he will be signing various certificates in NGC's hand-signed labels program, offering a more unique collectible to those who have specific interests. Now, my thing is that think about this, because this is all timing right about the time with the new quarter, all right, the commemorative.
Commemoratives, yeah, the moon landing commemorative.
$50, the clad $50, the silver dollar, and the $5 gold, which are all going to be concave, convex. Okay, but they're celebrating man's landing on the moon in 1969, the 50th anniversary of that. I can't see them doing it with anybody other than either Buzz Aldrin or Neil Armstrong. Mm-hmm. And Neil Armstrong's dead.
Yeah, so it
sounds like Buzz is going to get the call, because even Michael Collins, who is still around, he was the commander of the mission, but he wasn't on the moon. He never went down to the surface. So, if you're celebrating that 50th anniversary, it seems to me like Buzz has kind of got the world
Don't say it.
You know what I mean. He's got things going on right now. He's got a high leverage position. How's that?
Yeah. There you go. That's a much better way to put it. It's a family-friendly show. I knew where you were going.
Yes. So yes, it's a high leverage position that he has worked himself into, and but no. So NGC is going to do. They're going to do Walked on the Moon autograph labels. So let's think about it. What all coins can you do that with?
I mean,
Ike dollars.
Yeah.
And B's. Because they have the Apollo 11 insignia as the reverse.
Yeah.
But beyond that,
that's about it. Maybe these new ones, if Buzz doesn't sign on.
Well, but then again, would you really want Charlie Duke's autograph on an Apollo 11 commem?
Well, I mean,
I'd rather have Michael Collins.
Yeah, well, that's true.
And he never set foot on the moon. So it's like there are only 12 men that have ever set foot on the moon. Okay, and Duke is the 10th man. Now, I just don't know what to tell you on those hand signed labels. How I've been very strong in my opinions about labels.
Yeah.
It's like we started out by saying buy the coin, not the slab, and now we're saying buy the coin, not the label.
Yeah.
Don't buy the slab. I mean, there's just a million messages. They all say the same thing, but they all point towards the coin. And here they are really, truly creating a new collectible.
Yeah, I mean, you have that. Label. It's kind of crossing the divide of autographs and coins, and it's an interesting marketing idea. I hope it does well.
We wish them well. Rick Harrison of Pawn Stars fame will also be offered as one of in the same. See, here you go, and that's where you said it's an autograph collecting thing. I mean, do you really want a Rick Harrison coin?
No, that's jumping the shark, homie.
Well, I mean, my comment on this, I don't know if you read it, was I'm not really sure what his particular draw is to be on the certificate.
Yeah.
But I still don't understand graded Silver Eagles.
Well, that's true.
And that's kind of, where that lies, because I think that's what he is doing specifically as Silver Eagles. The Pawn Star is going to sign NGC labels. Well, no, the first one on the NGC ad, it shows him with a $20 gold piece. So what do I know?
Great.
But it's a Carson City coin. Maybe he's just going to do Nevada-specific stuff.
I mean, that's probably...
or is he just going to be doing gold and silver? Get it?
Yeah, who knows?
His pawn shop. It's the world-famous gold and silver pawn shop. Anyway, so, yeah, I mean, it was just one of those where I think it's interesting that you have an astronaut signing labels. I wonder where the market for that is going to be. But I think that this is a really good example of pointing out just how quickly that idea goes bad.
Well, again, I wish them luck.
We wish them luck. And Rick Harrison, we wish him luck.
Yes.
The Newman Numismatic Portal is alive and well. Now, I remember when they launched the Newman Numismatic Portal.
Who say that 3 times fast?
I know. Have you ever been there? Have you ever seen it?
I have used it for some of the books that they have on there. I mean, they've got a ton, but some of the ancient stuff that I do, there's some old books that are actually pretty good. So, yes, I have used it. I
have told anybody at ANA that will listen that they need to digitize the entire lending library of the ANA, and they need to make it available through some sort of a portal like the Newman Numismatic Portal. Mm-hmm. I think that it is way better for you to have access to a digital copy of something than to actually have a book in your hand where you can either not return it, you can damage it, you can do other things to it.
What, Mike? Where?
See,
what?
To me,
what have you? Wait, no. Where is Mike, and what have you done?
No,
with them?
Digital books are just as good.
What?
The idea is that you can read the words on the page. You can look at the pictures. I can do that on my high def screen.
I get it, but you're like the biggest bookworm I know when it comes to this stuff.
Right, but the point is that it's because I like to read.